Hello. So we're having a slight nuisance problem here in the garden. It just started a few days ago, and that nuisance specifically is Japanese beetles. They're a hardy little beetle. They fly pretty well. They're fairly prolific. Their life cycle is they start as grubs in the ground, they hatch out, and then they fly and they eat, mate, and do bug stuff. But they can do a lot of damage to your crops. And right now, what I've got them in is in my pole beans. And I'd like to show you some of the damage they've caused. And yes, I know for a fact they're Japanese beetles because I've been picking them off of the damage. And if you just look, you can see it's just everywhere. And it's all through my bean patch. So one of the things that I've started doing is an old trick that we did as kids. And it's a pretty good way to catch quite a few of them. And all you need is a small can or a jar. A lot of guys used to use old mason jars, and some kerosene or some rubbing alcohol. And what you do is you take your can, you fill it about halfway up with either your kerosene or your rubbing alcohol, and then you catch your Japanese beetle, toss him in there, and he'll be dead within a few seconds. The reason why I use it is it's something my grandparents taught me, and it means that I don't have to spray my plants, which is something I really try to avoid at all costs. So I just want to show you what one looks like real quick. So that is an up-close picture of a Japanese beetle. He's sitting here on this pigweed or whatever it is in the garden.
Curly dock.
Oh, curly dock, pardon me. And he will fly around until he finds something tasty. You can see where he's just been chewing up on that leaf. And there's another one right behind it too. Right here. There's one. Into the kerosene it goes. And in with the kerosene with that one. And there's two more down that hopefully we won't have to deal with later. Go ahead and you can see right there where he's been chewing. Oh no, I'll catch him. Just look right through here. Can you see him? Okay. And then grab him. There we go. And that is Japanese beetle. And then we take our Japanese beetle, we toss him in our can full of kerosene with the rest of his friends there, and like I said, within a few seconds, he'll be dead. I don't know if it dissolved the shell or whatnot. All I know is it's something that we always did, and that is a real quick way to cut down the beetle population. A lot of people say put in Japanese beetle traps. I don't recommend that because I used to work in landscaping, and one of the things they warned us was when you put in a Japanese beetle trap, you will catch the adults. But a lot of times they'll lay their eggs before they go into the trap, and then you have a grub infestation and you'll have a future problem. Whether that's exact or not, or maybe it was just a shtick the company used to sell, I don't know. But they're kind of a problem, and you can see if you walk down here especially, they've just destroyed a lot of the leaf material. They've just really been at it. And you can see by my can that I've found quite a few already. So that's just one way to deal with it. Here we go with some more right here. See them right there in there eating that leaf? Can you get a good picture of that? They're kind of hard to see through the leaf until you know what to look for. But I can spot them. See if we can catch them without them rolling off and into nowhere. There we go. There's two more. So it's kind of a stopgap measure. You know, I come out here a couple of times a day. If I find them, I catch them. Another thing I'm going to try, if it ever stops raining for any length of time, is one of the tricks that my father told me they used to use was to take wood ash out of the firebox, sift it real fine, and dust all the plants. And for some reason that will either drive them off or kill them. When we have a couple of days without any rain, that's probably what I will do, is sift some fire ash from my wood box and dust everything. They don't just eat your beans. I just found one on some of my clover, which was very odd. But they really will do some damage if left unchecked, and they're just a general nuisance in the garden. So this is how I'm dealing with them. If you have a better way, or if you know something that works a little differently, please leave it in the comments. I'd really love to hear from you, and I hope this helps anybody who's running into the same situation that I am.